objective for today is to learn how to use a self-monitoring strategy for increasing our pace and task efficiency, all right? While also maintaining attention to detail. So this is something that we also worked on a little bit yesterday, right? What were some of the things that we did yesterday that helped us to increase our pace? Do you guys remember?
We did yesterday we had a conversation about
Name one thing we did yesterday.
one thing.
TikTok.
The timer.
We did some like sanitizing the tables, the chairs, and around the base at the regular pace.
We're talking about something else instead of a task.
That's okay.
Yeah, then after that we do some setting up the tables, putting down the mat, plates, and the silverware.
Okay. And you guys did really great with like pacing yourselves and timing it. So Clayton, you weren't here yesterday, but basically what we did was time how quickly we do it, right? And the whole point of using a self-monitoring chart is so that we can increase our overall performance at our job site, but do that independently, okay? So for right now, what I want to do, right now is going to be really focused just on learning the strategy. So in order to do so, we're going to actually polish silverware for the next 20 minutes or so. This is the self-monitoring checklist that we're going to use today. Somebody read it for me.
I can read.
The first part, the title.
Self-monitoring checklist for task
Completion, yeah. Diego, why don't you read the part underneath it?
This is it.
Right here in italics.
I can increase my pace while maintaining accuracy when completing a task at my job.
Perfect. So it's like a goal, almost like a self-affirmation of what you're going to do. So the first thing we are going to look at is polishing silverware, and it is going to be, my goal for this example is 10 forks in 2 minutes. And if you guys see here, it states 20 forks in 2 minutes is what I actually did, okay? So in order for us to really see how this is going to work, we're actually going to do this together. So at this time, we're all going to gather the silverware as well as the forks, okay? And then we're going to return back to this checklist. Do you guys have any questions?
What kind of silverware are you going to use?
Yeah, that is a great question. So I was thinking we could go with the silverware just in this kitchen back here because there's less people. Yeah, so we'll go and grab some forks in there. And what else? What other materials do we need?
gloves.
Yep, gloves.
Wipes.
We don't need wipes. We're polishing silverware.
Yeah,
Towels.
or boiling water.
Yep.
Oh,
At most.
Or
And
wrap.
more of those napkins.
Yep.
Like cloth.
to dry them off, and then probably,
I was saying rags, but
Yeah.
and then we need the,
Like about 8. So we just
Tray.
can put like 4.
try to hold them.
yeah, absolutely. Good job, Sam. And also, yes, the tray.
Did
Yep.
anybody mention hot water?
He did.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's what we'll go and do, and then we will come back to this and see exactly how this works. I just
Okay.
wanted to reiterate, though, what's the point of using this?
It's just basically recording on what you did.
It's reporting
Basically like a tracking record.
a tracking record. Yeah. What else?
Unlike
I would say it's an example of what self-monitoring is. Really.
For sure.
Basically,
But why is self-monitoring important?
just to see how your behavior is, or like what your standards are when it comes to like understanding what you're doing or understanding what you're trying to say.
Isn't that something your teacher could do for you, though?
Yeah.
So why is it important for you to do?
To ask yourself, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this the right way? Or am I doing this?
You're right there, so that you can be what, Diego? If you're able to do that, or Josh, or Sam, if you're able to do that and say, am I doing this right? Am I on the right track? Then it eliminates me, so that you're
independent.
Yeah, so you can check and see how efficiency compared to last time.
Yeah, that too. You can measure your progress. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At this time, we are going to we're going to go get the materials, and then we will start the strategy together. Okay. All right. The first thing I wanted to say is just the rules and expectations of how we should act when we are doing the strategy. So, you guys give me some examples of what that looks like at a job site. What are the expected behaviors at a job site?
Professional.
Training.
Exactly. Professional, training, work ethic, trying your best. Right? So I just wanted to remind you of that. We already know that we're doing the assigned task of the forks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you back those examples that we started with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody can kind of get in an area where they're comfortable. Okay? We have everything we need. You all set this up great. Looked over this example earlier. What does this example mean again?
Meaning, like, it's a tracking record on like what your task is, what goal you're working on, and the exact time and amount.
Right.
You have to use it takes.
Right. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like so that you guys can actually do this on your own after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the first thing I'm doing is taking out my timer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I am going to, since I know that my goal is to do 10 forks, right, in 2 minutes, how long am I going to set my timer for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, 2 minutes.
2
Yeah.
minutes, yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to have that ready to go so I can press start when I'm ready. I have my sheet here, my checklist. I have my pencil, right? And then I'm close to the materials that I need. So Sam, if I could switch spots with you really quick, because I'm just going to demonstrate and then you guys are going to do it. So if I could switch spots really quick.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, there's
So, thank you. Okay, ready? I'm going to do it. Okay. So as I'm polishing the forks, I also want to make sure that I am what?
Right. Unlike what you're doing.
Yes, but more importantly,
Walk around a little bit, making sure it's completely clean
dry. Yeah, absolutely.
and dry too.
So although we're trying to increase our pace and our speed, we also want to make sure that we're having attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing right now, talking out loud and multitasking,
Mm-hmm.
if that's something that you can do, if that's a skill that you think you have, that's great. For me, it's usually better if I focus on just one thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I'm given time. What could happen if you are rushing through something and you don't have attention to detail?
There's going to be a
You'll
problem
be
with something.
still just rushing.
Well,
Miss out on few things.
You know,
Like you could miss the stain.
true. Or they keep talking wet, right? What else?
Even though you think it's wet, but if there's stain, it's still dirty.
You could also spend too much time on one fork. You could be doing this. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What else could happen though? Something that does not have to do with attention to detail. Let's say we were using glass.
If you were
Oh yeah,
doing paste
doing
and
glassware instead of like doing one certain thing.
What'd you say?
Doing glassware instead of doing one certain thing.
Well, think about it. If I'm moving quickly, very quickly with glass,
Yeah,
what might happen?
you're going slow.
Exactly. Go ahead, Diego. Oh, 5 seconds.
Give me a shot of glass.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There
So now let's see the verdict.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the results.
Let's count.
Ready?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so let's look back at the
So
checklist.
18 so far.
So let's look at the checklist. Did I
10.
meet the goal?
Yes.
I did. So the first thing I'm gonna do, since that was an example from earlier today, I'm gonna write down polishing. You guys are not gonna do this because this is just the example.
Okay.
But I'm gonna write down polishing silverware, okay? My goal was the same as that, 10 forks in 2 minutes. And what was my actual amount?
18 forks in 2 minutes.
18 of them.
18 forks
In 2 minutes.
in 2 minutes.
Well, the question is, did you meet your goal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you did
Okay.
18 and the
You
goal
never
was
beyond, but it still
10.
counts.
Exactly. The other thing that we could have done, if you look at it differently, it could have been stopping when you got to 10 forks. It depends what your goal is. Are you trying to see how much or how many forks you can complete in 2 minutes? Or are you trying to see how many, or are you trying to see how long it takes you to do 10 forks? So it's either how long or how many, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on what your goal is.
In other words, how long, how efficiency you do.
Exactly. They're both the same thing. And that's going to be up to you when we go to our independent practice. But for right now, I want to do it together as a group. Okay? So, any questions on that?
No.
Alrighty.
So I guess.
I'm going to give you.
everybody's done.
Well, it's a race with yourself. Here. Pencil? And awesome.
So,
So I will time you guys this round. So what we're gonna do is first, of course, we need to write down what the task is. When you're done writing it, I would like for you to put it down to the side. You can keep it on the table, okay? Just like I did. Perfect. And then I want you to grab the napkin you're gonna be using to dry. And just so everybody knows, we all have the same goal right now, which is 10 forks in 2 minutes.
oh,
And then we'll
So,
create our own after. So now you need your own napkin. Good, Josh. And your thing can go here too, the
that
checklist.
happens.
Good. Josh, you need your napkin now. Diego, napkin. Diego also needs to get in here.
So,
How am I supposed to count my cord?
Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna explain everything right now. Hold on.
your face, Josh.
You guys are gonna be a little tight, but that's okay. Sam and Josh, you guys will be using this one. Clayton and Diego, you guys will be using this one.
Okay, so yeah, that's then Diego over here.
Good.
So we're gonna just put that one over there. Like dry down.
So this is how we'll do it. I'm gonna put these back in. This is not, so you guys know how to do this task. Again, I wanna remind you, we all know how to do this. You guys have mastered this task. I know that. This is about learning how to use the checklist, okay? So, Sam, yours will go here.
Yep.
Josh, yours will go all the way on the opposite side. Clay, here, yep. Diego, all the way on the opposite side. Okay? I have it, don't go yet. Ready? Go. Great job focusing. You guys are doing a great job with your case. Okay? Make sure we're being accurate. And make sure that we are all being careful, okay? That you are all doing great. We have a minute left. Take your time. Again, the only person you're in competition with is yourself, okay? You guys are doing great. So we're all going for the goal of 2 minutes. We have 25 seconds left, even if you already have 10 forks done. If you don't have 10 forks done, we have about 15 seconds left.
Okay.
I see Diego's doing 2 at a time. Did you get one to Clayton?
He just gave one to me. He gave me.
Why?
Because his butt right there.
I ran out of my own forks.
Okay, so stop what you're doing. Alright, so stop what you're doing really quickly. So what happened here?
I ran out of my own forks.
Oh, okay, so at that point, you would stop. Look, you're gonna have your own timer when we do that, when we do the independent practice, but at that point, you would stop your clock. Look at how much time has passed and record that. You would record the time and how much forks you did so that you know what your progress is, okay?
Okay.
Because what you're doing by giving it to Clayton, while it's great and really good teamwork, this strategy is actually more for just, hold on Sam, can you stop for a sec? Sam, thank you. This strategy is actually just for yourself, to work on your own goals and to increase your pace. All right, so yes, now let's count. Let's see how we did.
Exactly 20. 20 forks.
Right there. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. So now, oh, that's right. So now you would rate your results right there. And then you would also make sure that we write down the goal, which is this. You're copying that here, and then you're writing down what your actual result was there, okay?
So should I just write down my own forks?
You will right here. How many did you get?
Let's see, I got 9 forks here, and then I did 2 at Clayton.
Okay, so you have 11. Perfect. So you would write your goal here, which is 10 forks in 2 minutes,
Okay.
and then you'll write 11 forks in 2 minutes, which is what you got. And Diego, if I remember correctly, I believe the time where I saw you start putting your forks in Clayton's was around 1 minute and 40 seconds. So if you would like to, when you're finished writing the goal, you can write down 11 forks.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yep. So right now, under that column, where it says actual time / amount, you can write down 11 forks in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay.
And then when Diego's done, we're gonna share our results with each other.
I got 2 more left. Forks.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a goal you can reach. If you were to do it all over again and put those forks back inside the pitcher, I think, what do you think? Would you be able to do it in 2 minutes?
Yeah, positive.
What could you change?
Excuse me?
What would you change in how you did the task in order to allow you to complete all of them? Like if we were to do this all over again and take all of these back in here, what could you do differently in the way that you perform the task so that you get them all done?
I can do it back correctly.
Put it in correctly? Yeah, I mean, yes, that is one point. I did see it was a little sloppy when you were doing it, and I think that you lost time by having to go back and place them correctly. Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, so let's share our results. Sam, how did you do?
I did 20 forks in 2 minutes.
Nice. Josh?
I did 16 forks in 2 minutes.
Very nice.
I did 18 forks in 2 minutes.
18 forks in 2 minutes.
I've done 11 forks in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay, do you mind standing? So, what do you guys think, or what do you all think is the next best thing for you to do to create a new goal now? based on how you just performed, what would your goal be next?
If I can do any faster, like next time,
So what
it
would
will
be
be need to like be more a little bit careful.
Okay,
Or I have to adjust myself with it correctly. Because even just messy. But
Nice.
I got it.
that's
Yeah.
great. So do you think you could do more forks in 2 minutes if you do it again
Maybe.
by making that adjustment? Well, let's try. Let's write your goal. You're gonna do this on your own now. So for me, I'll show you what I would do is I did 18 forks in 2 minutes. So my next goal, if I could do 18 in 2 minutes, I know that if I stopped talking while I did it, I think honestly I could do 25. I could do 25 forks in 2 minutes. That's a big jump, but I think I might be able to by making adjustments, like not talking. All of you, I would like for you to write down your new goal, okay? Before we get started.
Where?
Last column. There you go. I'm gonna put your forks back in polish. Do you go, you need help?
No, so sorry. So
It's
sorry.
my fault. It's okay.
Alright.
Clayton, what's your goal?
20 forks in 2 minutes.
How much?
20.
Okay, so you upped it by 2, right? What's the adjustment you're gonna make?
Getting more forks in by the time.
How?
Like by adding more forks into polish.
Okay, so you're gonna increase the amount of forks you have in there so that as you're completing the task, you know in your mind you have more to do and that'll make you go faster. Interesting, really cool. How about you, Sam, what's your new goal?
Well, more than 24 is done within 2 minutes.
So it needs to be specific. So tell me, give me a number. You just did 20, so how many do you think you can do now?
I don't know, like 25.
Do it, write it down, I love it. So you're gonna write down 25 forks in 2 minutes. And you're gonna do that by adjusting how you are performing your task when you do it neater. Josh, what's your new goal?
I'm gonna go on 64 for 2 minutes.
So actually, what we need to do, come over here. Okay, perfect. So 16 forks in 2 minutes. So you just did this.
Yeah.
You just got that done. So our goal is always going to be increasing. So we don't want to stay where we're at. We need to increase the amount.
Got it.
Okay, so
The same number?
no. So
10?
Josh, that would be lowering your goal.
Oh,
So think about it for a second. If you just did 16 forks in 2 minutes, you know you can already do that, right?
got it.
So now creating a goal
Running a goal?
would be getting more forks done in 2 minutes. So it needs to be a greater number than 16.
Greater number than 16?
Mhm.
24, that'll be better?
You could try. That's a big jump, but let's see. Ready?
Starting now.
Go.
I'm not sure this one was actually water. There we go.
All right, you have about 15 seconds left. about 25 seconds. Make sure we're still being accurate though. If I go over and check your forks, make sure they're definitely dry. All right, so that's what you're doing. Awesome. All right, and then count them up. Before you do that, I'm gonna actually check. Yours are dry. Great job. Yours are dry. Sorry, Sam. Yours are dry. Very good. And Diego, yours are dry. Okay, I just wanted to double check that we were being accurate. Okay. That looks like a good pinch. What? That's amazing. Keep going. You're good. I can't wait to hear the results.
Excuse me.
That's it. And write down your results, please.
I did.
If you count, you did already. Okay, great. Good work.
I used some of these forks out of that.
What do you need?
Like I cleaned up these forks out of this total. Because I was out of this.
So you started using some of
I was only
this?
still using this one.
As long as you put it in your own tray, then you're good. Okay. Okay, so Clay, go ahead. You want to share what you did? Tell us what your goal was and how you did.
My goal was 20 forks in 2 minutes, and my actual time in the mouth, it was 23 forks in 2 minutes.
Okay, so you were one shy.
I said 20.
Oh, great. So you got 3 better.
Yeah.
So just do it like this. 1. Do it one by one. 3. Right? We're starting over from the beginning. 4. 5. 16 again, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's great. So write that down. To you really quickly. Your goal was 20 and you got 23, right?
23.
Nice. So that would be a check mark for you.
What made me get more forks then is that I have a handful of forks and I just dried them off like.
Nice. Diego, how'd you do?
Well, my new goal was 20 forks in 2 minutes, but I've only got 14.
Okay.
It is still more than last time.
Great. What was last time?
11.
11. Okay, great. So maybe what we saw there is that we need to set realistic goals.
Mhm.
So not jumping from 11 to 20, unless we're adding more time.
Fair enough.
So I think that's a good eye opener for you. I think that's perfect though. That's right on par. As long as you're increasing, you're in good shape.
Then I finished 29 forks in 2 minutes.
What was your goal?
Well, originally it was to be 25 forks, but I made it past it.
Nice. That's great, Sam. So what do you think made it? What do you think made you get more forks this time? That's a big jump.
Good question. I think it was just
Let's
a
be listening to
right,
Sam, okay?
a right use, like how to use correctly.
So you adjusted kind of like the way that you were doing
And you
it?
have to speed up your own pace too. Like if you're done, you're sure you're done, and put it back fast. You pick them up faster, do it, done, put it back. Just like that.
Absolutely. So you're monitoring how you're getting it done. Josh, how about you?
Well, I got the same forks, which is
So your goal was
my goal was
24.
24.
And you got?
And I got 16, which
Forks.
is the same forks, yeah.
So that would be an X. That would be just be blank, no check. So he had gotten done 16 forks the first round, and then jumped his goal to 24. Is that too much of a jump?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, too much. It's good to set your goals high, but you want to make it realistic at the same time especially when you're doing a strategy for the first time.
Got it.
The strategy was effective for you, just based on these past 2 trials.
Effective for us?
Yeah, in increasing your pace.
Yes.
Yes?
I say so.
Yep. So we're actually going to have some time to practice on your own. You're going to use your own phones to time yourself. I'm going to give you these. I'm going to take your examples back. If you need them as a reference, that's fine. I'll take those. Thank you. This is going to be on your own. Okay?
Got it.
And this one here. Perfect. All right. So we are going to spend the next 10 minutes. Right now, it is currently 11 o'clock. We will spend the next 10 minutes from now until 11:10 completing these checklists, okay? And then we will review and summarize how we did after that. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
So I got 24 seconds left, but I ran out of forks.
Nice. Did you do it?
Okay, that's fine now.
And then Diego, we'll come back to you, okay?
That was fast.
I know. Okay.
In how many minutes?
Originally 25 in 1 minute.
What? So you did
I
it. You
did
beat it by
28.
3. That's amazing. Let's wait for Diego to finish. As you're waiting though, take a look at your examples, the 2 that you did in your examples, like this. So Josh, to look, yep. Just like Clay's doing it. And then look at the 3 that you just finished now. Or 2, it's okay. But look at it, and I want you to think about what the overall results were, okay? Okay, so let's just review basically what we just did. So who wants to explain the strategy we just learned? Yeah, go ahead, Clay.
The strategy that you write down your goals and the amount of time and effort you put in whatever the strategy you have, you will accomplish that.
You will accomplish it, right?
Right.
If we make realistic goals. So Josh, do you want to share what your experience was? You set goals that were too high. So you did not meet the goal, right?
Right.
So next time, what are you going to do? Make a goal that is
That is 18, 19.
18 or 19, because how many forks did you actually get in 2 minutes? What was your highest number?
Like,
16.
16.
Right. So next time, instead of going from 16 to 24, you're going to go to 16 to 18, right?
Got it.
Good. But I still think that you increased your pace. Can you tell me, in your actual time/amount, even though you did not get your goal, can you tell me how many forks you did going down the line?
It's the same.
16 again. Okay, keep going. The next one.
18 forks.
Then underneath that?
15,
15.
and 20.
And 20. Okay, so you increased, you stayed the same the first two,
Yeah.
and at the end, your highest number was 20. So overall, the strategy was effective because it increased your pace and efficiency. Okay, great. Diego, how about you?
Okay. So you want me to list all of them or just the last one?
You can summarize how it was for you.
Okay. So at first I felt like I was having a harder time trying to figure out how to estimate my time. But by the end, but when I started the second page, I got the hang of it and started improving my speed. Although at the last one I ran out of forks before I got to try completing my goal here.
Okay, so did you at least stop your timer though?
Yeah, I had 24 seconds left, and I had 15 forks, and I cleaned half before that. I was going for 20, but I ran out at the time.
Okay, so you were going for 20, you got 15, and you still had 24 seconds left, is that correct?
Yes.
But were you increasing your overall amount of forks from the beginning to end?
Yeah, from beginning to end, I'd say I was improving over time.
Okay, great. Sam, do you want to share? Thank you, Diego.
Well, I only get the 2 goals and then only have 2 results and didn't do the finish the last one. But I feel like I have been improving well.
Okay. So 20, 29.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yep. At the beginning, it was to finish the 10 forks in 10 minutes, but I did it in 20 minutes, in 2 minutes. And then this one, 25 in 2 minutes, and then I did
If I
over
can
that,
say,
which is 29 in 2 minutes. Now, for this one, I did it in just 1 minute. So, the goal here, finish 20 forks in 1 minute, but I finished it in just 21 forks in 1 minute.
so that was a realistic goal though, because he met it and he just met it by 1 more. I just wanted to say right here though, the goal that he had to use in the beginning, 10 forks in 2 minutes, was obviously too easy, right? We never want to set goals that are too easy for us to accomplish. We want them to be challenging. We want to just meet them because that means that that means that they are worth reaching towards.
Yeah.
But we don't want to make them too hard because then they're unrealistic, right? So Sam was able to see right away, 10 forks in 2 minutes is too easy because he got 10 forks in 2 minutes, right? So instead he increased his goal to getting 25. So I think that's really where we're at, and that's going to be the next step that we do, is actually taking a look at how to create goals, because that's what this self-monitoring checklist is really all about, being able to create those goals that they're realistic and you're able to see your progress, okay? So overall, I want you all to be thinking of how you can actually use this in your own life, whether it's in the classroom, at a job site. Do any of you think that you would actually use this on your own? This strategy?
It could help. I'm not sure if I will be using the exact method, but
Exactly.
I do like the idea of paying more attention to my overall speed so that I can be more efficient with my work.
Perfect. Great answer. Thank you for being honest. So that's really the objective, is to make sure that we are learning new things and strategies, and then you modify them how it works for you. Okay? Getting the strategy, I think all of you could actually teach somebody how to use it now, and that'll be it for today. All right. So great job.